Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be doing a quick unboxing and a hands-on review of the iQOO Neo 6. With that said, here's the box. In India, this phone is available in two variants. Base variant is priced at 30,000 rupees and it comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 34,000 rupees and it comes with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. It's available in three colors: Dark Nova, Cyber Rage, and the Maverick Orange. We have the 12GB variant in the Maverick Orange color. Now the main highlights for this phone would be its super fast performance, fast charging speeds and cameras. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but first let's have a quick unboxing. So once again, here's the box. It just says iQOO on the front. Well, it has a very typical iQOO branding and design. There isn't really anything new with the box packaging. Looks pretty much like any other iQOO phone out there. Now let's unbox it. First there's the phone. Next we have a transparent silicone case, followed by documentation, an 80-watt flash charger, a USB Type-C charging cable, a USB Type-C to headphone jack converter, finally a SIM card ejector tool. Now coming back to the phone, let me just remove the cover and the stickers. Now this is how the phone looks on the back and this is how the phone looks on the front. Now first let's have a physical overview. On the back, this phone actually has a 3D curved fiberglass with a nice matte finish and a dotted design. We have the Maverick Orange color and this is how it looks. At the top, we got the camera module with a triple camera setup along with LED flash. Following that, we have the Neo branding, and at the bottom, we have the iQOO branding. On the front, we have a pretty huge display with a punch hole design and with pretty decent bezels all around. Over the display, we have just the earpiece and some sensors. Below the display, it's completely plain and the chin is slightly bigger than the overall bezels. Overall, it's pretty good for the price. Now for the sides. On the right side, we got the power and volume buttons made of metal. They are sufficiently elevated and they also have a nice clicky feel to them. On the left side, it's completely plain. At the top, we got the infrared blaster along with the secondary microphone for noise cancellation. Finally, at the bottom, we got the SIM card tray housing 2 nano SIM slots, followed by the primary microphone, USB Type-C charging port and the speaker grill. Now this phone has a thickness of 8.5 mm and weighs just 190 grams. In hand, phone fits pretty comfortably. It is slightly on the wider side of the phones, but it's still pretty comfortable to hold, at least for me who have slightly bigger hands. Even the weight distribution is pretty good, and considering the bigger battery size this phone comes with, 190 grams is pretty manageable. Now let's look at the specs. On the rear, this phone comes with a triple camera setup with a 64 megapixel primary camera with optical image stabilization with the Samsung's GW1P sensor. Following that is an 8 megapixel wide angle camera with f2.2 aperture and a 2 megapixel macro camera. For selfies, we get a 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. As for the display, we get a 6.62 inch E4 AMOLED display with Full HD Plus resolution with 120Hz screen refresh rate. It has a peak brightness of 1300 nits and it also has HDR10+ support. By the way, this phone also uses the E4 AMOLED panel, which has 30% reduction in power consumption and also filters blue light by 6.5%. Now that's when you compare it with the regular panel. Now when it comes to performance, this phone actually sports a Snapdragon 870 5G processor with Adreno 650 GPU. Now this is an octa-core processor with 1 Cryo 585 core clocked at 3.2 GHz, 3 Cryo 585 cores clocked at 2.42 GHz, and 4 Cryo 585 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz. As for storage, we can have up to 12GB of RAM and up to 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. These are the benchmark scores. For gaming enthusiasts out there, this phone also comes with a 4D game vibration with X-axis linear motor, which will provide you better haptics while playing games like PUBG or Call of Duty, and literally in any other game where there are some haptics. Besides that, it also has a cascade cooling system. It has a vapor chamber with liquid cooling area along with 5-layer 3D graphite cooling plates. So once again, for gamers, we really aren't missing out on anything. Now finally, when it comes to the battery department, this phone sports a 4700 mAh battery, supports fast charging and also comes with an 80-watt flash charger inside the box. You can get up to 50% of charge in just about 12 minutes and you can completely charge your phone from 0 to 100% in just 32 minutes. Now finally, when it comes to the hardware department, we have dual SIM options with 5G, but there's no SD card support, so if you want more storage, get the bigger variant. We also don't have any audio jack on this phone, but we do get a Type-C to audio jack converter, so that's much appreciated. And unlike most other iQOO phones we have seen recently, this phone also comes with an infrared blaster, and that's definitely a huge upgrade. Besides that, we also have an in-display fingerprint scanner, which I'll be talking about in a minute. Now this is how the phone looks once we turn it on and set it up. This is the general user interface. This is the home screen. We also got an app drawer, and this is how it looks. Now this is the notification panel, and here's the settings page. Now let's check the about page. This phone is running FunTouch OS 12 global version with Android 12 right out of the box. As of now, it's got the May 1st security patch. As for storage, out of that 256GB of space, we get about 230GB of space for our user apps and user data. Out of that 12GB of RAM, we get about 9.1GB of free RAM right out of the box. Now this is the camera interface. It looks pretty similar to other iQOO phones. We got the photo mode, wide angle mode. On the left side, we got the portrait mode and the night mode. On the right side, we got the video mode and the more section. We got a similar interface even for the front camera. Now these are some sample shots. By the way, you can check out my best features video for the iQOO Neo 6 to check out all the features offered by this phone, including the camera features and the sample shots. Now let's test the speakers. This one comes with dual stereo speakers, and this is how they sound. So guys, speakers on this phone are pretty loud. They're great for media consumption, ringtones and alarms. You really won't have any complaints with that. Now let's test the fingerprint scanner. This phone actually comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner. Most of the phones these days are going with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner to cut down the cost, while this phone still has an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is definitely a pretty good thing. And the performance, as you have seen, is pretty good. It almost instantaneously unlocks the phone. We also got the face unlock feature. In good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions, it almost instantly unlocks the phone. In complete darkness, face unlock still works. It's pretty fast, takes about a second to unlock the phone. Overall, face unlock works and it's pretty reliable as well. So guys, I've been using this phone for a couple of hours and I must say, it's definitely a pretty good phone. It literally has everything that you can ask for. Best of performance, best display, great cameras, bigger battery with super fast charging speeds. It literally has everything. For a starting price of 30,000 rupees, iQOO Neo 6 is definitely the best phone that you can get right now. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.